Get ready for Tuesdays with Tiffany Lewis. Tune in at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to Be the Change. Only on Clear Source Radio, where we inspire people soul to soul. Only on Clear Source Radio.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to Be the Change. This is Tiffany H. Lewis. Get cozy, get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, hot cocoa, marshmallows, but get cozy, because tonight I'm going to talk to you about life and reality and the reality of life and maybe even the meaning, or at least I hope to provide some kind of guidance. If we get nothing else from this conversation, I hope I'm able to help just one person in the whole world in some way. And it doesn't matter what the credit for it, I just want to help. So life is complicated. Life is dramatic. Life is ugly. Life is short. Death is seriously not an option. Like, it's going to happen. Okay, but without getting all morbid, that's just a fact of life. Okay, so we're born. We are put on this earth for some reason. We do, or maybe we don't do whatever we were created to do by whoever the creator is. And then, we make full cycle again. That body dies, new soul lives on, whatever your beliefs are. But I'm not here to have that discussion or touch on religion. You guys, anybody who's a loyal listener, you already know I'm not going to go there. No politics and no religion. So let's get back to it. I've had a lot of time to think. A lot of time. A very long time. I mean, basically 40 years to think about everything. 40 years of making decisions. Good, bad, big, small, meaningless, meaningful. Will it affect my life? How did it affect my life? How does it affect others' life? And then comes the ripple effect. Now, see, this is how I make big decisions. But that doesn't mean that this is the correct or only way to make big decisions. Personally, I weigh it from every side and I view it from every single possible angle, and usually have outside help in case I missed an angle. That way I can see how it will play out from every single angle, because when we are able to sort of foresee how it's going to play out, it helps us to create a little bit of a wiser manifestation of what we're actually trying to achieve. Okay? And that's true for anything, not just for decisions, just in general. Your thought becomes action, your action becomes words. Words can be harmful, words can be helpful, words can destroy lives, words can take lives, words can give life. I mean words, right? Just words, just language. So, careful what you say. Careful what you wish for, because one day you're going to get exactly what you wished for, and maybe you weren't specific enough. While you were mindfully humming over whatever the situation may have been, we don't really get any control whether we literally to down from every angle for each situation to know how it's really going to play out. But we get a good judgment as we get older, as we get wiser, and as we become more accustomed to reality. And I don't know if I'm going to touch on reality much right now. What I know right now is there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of evil. There's Probably a lot of good. I mean, to say the least, sure. Is there balance? No. Does there have to be? I don't know. I don't know the answers to everything. But for some reason, everybody thinks that I do. And I understand that because I was born with a rare gift/curse where I am an empath and have a few psychic abilities. Nothing I want to talk about or brag about or anything like that. Just humbly stating the fact that I am able to empathize. Meaning, if I say words to you, believe you me, I promise you 1,000 bajillion%, I have played it out in my head from every angle what those words may or may not do and may or may not affect whoever they're being said to or whoever who could potentially hear them, because this is a ripple, a domino effect. Fact. That's a fact. So, same thing with questions. Believe me, I've played it out from every angle in my head before I ask a question, and I never ask a question that I don't already know the answer to. Why do I do that? Because you can't trust everyone. Because common sense. Because, I don't know. I mean, you can't trust anybody. That's just, that's it. You know, not everybody's fair. Not everybody's true. Not everybody's good. Not everybody's honest. And that's okay, because without all of those different elements, we wouldn't have life. We wouldn't have feelings, and we wouldn't have healers or doctors or lawyers or, you know, a system of, I guess, democracy and free will. Add that to the combination. And what we get is right here, right now. And what we get right here, right now, and what we want are easy to obtain. Because all you have to do is literally think about it. You think about it. Your thoughts, play them out before you speak them. Play them out from every angle. If you get nothing else from this show, next time you want to speak, the way to be heard is to not say much at all. Seriously. Everything doesn't need words. There is nonverbal communication. But when you are thinking about what you are going to say, please know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, those thoughts will turn into the words you are going to put into the universe, and quite literally, like seriously, physically, on every level, literally manifest that. Whether it's a fear or a dream. I don't think that counts for passions, because some people have dreams or passions, but then, you know, life throws them another deck of cards. Something, a distraction between that person and maybe what they wanted to do versus what is reality or what happened. Okay, and some people grow up and they grieve kind of the loss of that because they wanted to do a certain thing and then life happened, you know, and that's a very tough situation to be in. But you do the best you can with what you've got. And a few of us, well, we want to help, but because we want to help, we get hurt more. It means more to us. Like literally every single thing that we do, being able to view it. I'm sorry, my computer is being silly right now, and I don't want to. I hope it's not ruining this show. Let me just check in 1 second. Okay, all right. Hopefully it's not making any noise. It's doing all these like weird pop-up boxes, but okay. So, your word becomes the action that manifests right in front of your eyes, the situation that you are in. So, in order to get what you want, all you have to do is kind of wish for it, in a way. Think about it. Just the law of attraction is going to apply here. So the idea is that we live in a world where you can manifest anything you want literally at any time. No matter how impossible it may seem, believe you me, there is no such thing as impossible. Life is limitless, and yes, some of our choices put us in positions that don't allow us to do what we wanted, maybe the way we wanted or how we wanted it, and it's not fair. You know, some of us are forced to do things, and that's not fair. But what do we do with it? I don't know. I guess each person is different. For me, I use it to help, like I was saying a second ago. And empaths have this incredibly intense ability to, sort of an out-of-body experience. Go into your body and see it through your eyes and feel it through your heart. We can look right through you, literally, right through you. I can see your soul. I can tell you if someone is good or bad or what. But you know, life is tricky, and a lot of tricks get played on us, I think, call it the devil, call it forces of whatever, call it spiritual, I don't care what you call it, but call it something, because something's always going to get in the way, and I don't know why. I don't know, and I don't have to know. It's maybe we aren't supposed to know certain things. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just stay focused on positive things, and I try to be the best version of myself that I can be. And in the process of doing so, I try to help. No, I don't try. I literally help everyone along the way. Okay? At my expense. I don't want anything in return. I don't ask for much. Really, all I really want in life is just peace. Peace. Happiness would be great too, but I'm cool with content. You know, but I need peace in a chaotic world. Sorry guys, I was just taking a drink. But in a world full of chaos, in a world where people are always fearing something is about to happen, whether you're an empath or a psychic or just like a normal human being, there is that fear that is instilled in us, like basically the second that we are born, and then we are raised with that fear, right? So there's always a fear. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. Now, to further prove their point, the justice system starts, sending 12-year-olds to death row. Because what would life be without examples to the fullest extent and in the harshest manner if we didn't have consequences for our actions? And what better way to show consequences for our actions than to go extremely far and I'm sorry. Just a second. Okay. I'm sorry. Roommate stepped in. Got a little distracted there for a second. All right. Choices. If choices have consequences, people are scared of them. If you live in a world where that is backed up by a really messed up judicial system, you're even more afraid. But not everybody's afraid. And people still make those choices. So, again, we live in a very chaotic, dramatic world that's always fearing something. That fear is always there. This or that will happen. Do this and that will happen. Don't do this and that will happen. Don't do that and this will happen. And sometimes doing the right thing and doing the good thing don't add up. And when that happens, you're forced to make decisions based off of consequences, judgment, lots of thoughts, lots of time alone, lots of soul searching, and ultimately you just kind of pray for the best possible outcome and stay positive, because if you do not stay positive, people, and you know what, especially if you stay positive, people break you and they tear you apart and they wear you down because they are so jealous that you are such a good person and you are so positive. I mean, it kills them. They are the green monster of envy. Okay, that's the world that we live in, and it sucks. And I know some of you can relate to what I'm saying right now. So we try to find ways to cope with that. Okay, some of us do art, music, drawing. It does not matter. Gardening, like anything. Okay, we have things that become our passion, our thing that we do when we get to this place in our minds of trying to cope with whatever is happening. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just that's your happy place, Mine, for instance, is the beach. I mean, send me to the beach and I'll be good, and I can make a clearer decision. Just need the beach for the weekend. And some people need to be alone, and some people need to be around other people, and everybody's different in how they deal with things. But the thing is, the people that are doing these things to all these nice people are never going to change. They are a lost cause. And to me, I think that might be the most hopeless feeling in the world. Wanting to help someone who doesn't want help. Okay? You have to look at it from afar. You do everything that you can. You get taken advantage of. Your whole world falls apart. Like, over and over and over again. And maybe this is just an empath thing. But maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know how everybody else thinks. I only know how I think and those around me think. And I surround myself with positivity and positive people. And they are so important to me. Like, I mean, I don't even have words to explain how important they are to me. It's just that everybody in my world, I love them. I chose them. Okay, maybe even I manifested them. I don't know. It does not matter how. It just matters that these people are, in our lives, our support system. So, those people are the ones that you find out during these really messed up times who's going to be there for you and who isn't. Who's true and who's lying? Why are they lying? What is the point? Right? Any of these questions ever come to your mind? Do you ever just wonder what is the point? Because why would you get put in a position and given this gift to help others that don't want to help themselves? It makes me sick to my stomach. I hate it with a fiery passion. I hate people like that. Like, absolutely hate them. I hate negative people. I hate jealous, envy. Seriously, like, hate. I just hate it. But then again, as I said, we are careful with our words. So even if I hate it, I can't hate it, because that would completely defy everything that I am, stand for, believe in, and completely contradict what I'm trying to accomplish on this earth. And it's not just me. There's lots of me's running around, lots of people who want to help, and there's lots of crappy people out there whose job, I do believe, on this earth is like literally to make your life miserable in a lot of different ways. I mean, it seems to me, in my 40 years of experience, it seems to me you get 10 steps ahead And then being the empath, again, back to that just for a second. One thing derails the other 10 good things. One negative thing outweighs 100 positive things. And it breaks you. And it makes you. And it creates you. It creates me. And it creates you. And us, as a collective, we are the change makers. We are the ones who say enough is enough. I'm done with this crap. I don't want to live that way. Get away. Here's a plan of action. This is how we do it. And we just get it done. No complaints, no questions, no mistakes, no consequences. You just keep doing the right thing over and over and over and over again and never expecting anything. So I guess maybe that's my point. When you live in a world like that, where you never expect anything from anyone, and they have the audacity to be negative and really hurt you and ruin you, you are giving them the power, some would say. But an empath will tell you just the opposite. Some might say you're giving them your power, you're letting them win because you're getting upset about something that something did or said or whatever, but that's not true. Honestly not true. It couldn't be any further from the truth. The truth is we feel it. We feel it so deeply from actually inside of an out-of-body experience. We actually our souls leave our body and go into the other person's body and look at us through their eyes and see what they see and feel what they feel. Now, I don't know who else has this gift/curse, and it doesn't matter, but it can be a gift when you know that somebody is maybe going to be sick for a while, or I'm not going to go so far as to say win the lottery, but is going to have a baby or is going to get married. It's just good things, things that we can see that they're going to happen. On the same token, you have to protect yourself from allowing negativity in, because this negativity draws on people like me, maybe even like you. I don't know any one person on this planet who has not been drugged through, drugged through hell and back. Nobody has it easy. And I get that. And nobody's above anyone and nobody's below anybody. Everybody is right here on this, what seems to be constant field, a field of energy. And we all have different energies. We all vibrate on different levels and have, we operate on different frequencies. So when you think about what they taught us in school as children, 2 positives equal a negative. Really think about that for a minute. Think back to that day in math class, right? Whatever it was called in high school. Why did 2 positives equal a negative? Why does 1 positive and 1 negative equal a negative? Did 2 negatives equal a positive? Well, that can't be true, because you can't fight harm with harm. You can't hurt and be hurting people, because that makes you just like them. So, we're the quiet ones. The thinkers that you never saw coming. And we put things into action to create a massive, massive change. And we surround ourselves with all the right energy and all of the right people, and so overwhelmingly amounts of positivity, right on down to the things we watch, if we even watch TV, which, truth be told, many empaths don't even watch TV, because it's negative frequency coming off of the literal television brainwashing us, so we can't TV. Same thing with basically social media. But as you get older, you learn how to protect yourself and still be able to like check in with people and just let them know that you're okay without worrying people. But that doesn't mean that we're on our phones or on Facebook or whatever all the time like other people. And there's nothing wrong with, I'm not trying to create a this side versus that side situation. I'm just trying to create, I'm trying to explain. Look, I'm just being me. I'm going to explain to you who I am. For those of you who don't know, if you don't know by now, you're never going to know, because I'm not going to change. I am unchangeable. My thing, I was put on this earth to change it. Originally, I thought I was put on this earth to save it. So I saved a lot of lives. So what? I mean, really, so what? Why would you want credit for that? Whatever. It's fine. I've helped a lot of people. So what? They took advantage of me. Why would you want that credit? I've helped a lot of people. They stole from me. Every time. Why would you want to admit that? And what does that say about you? And what does that say about them? And who even cares at the end of the day? Because everybody is so stuck in their own world. They don't care about anything but themselves anyways. So, people, wake up. Be mindful. If you want respect, you need to treat people with respect. And here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So, by me saying that if you are a positive person and you do these good things all the time, every day, all day, every day, without even flinching, you don't even have to ask. We just like automatically, like a robot, just like magnetized to it, and just like, yes, we're done. We're there. It's over. We're fixing it. We're here. It's good. It's done. Right? It's like literally just like that. Okay, so, God, I lost my point. I'm sorry. But, when you're in a position to do that, and that's all you do, and then people, human beings, just slowly take it all away from you and make it seem so hopeless, like it was done in vain. No matter how good your intentions are, there's always going to be that negative thing, person, situation, And I guess that's been the ongoing fight since like the beginning of time. And that's fine. I don't really care, but I do care about everyone in my life. And I do care about myself. And I treat people literally exactly the way I want to be treated. So if I'm being funny, like in a ha-ha funny kind of joking kind of manner, I'm doing it to make someone laugh, because that's just who I am. Because if you're hurting, I can feel your hurt. Even if I don't know you. What I know right now is somebody out there listening to this right now is hurting. And it hurts me. And it hurts not being able to do anything about it. And I'm so grateful for the friends that I have, and I wish I could be friends with so many more people, just to show them love, pure love, in the rawest form, selfless, the hardest kind of love that there is to give, completely selfless. To the point where you would give them everything you owned, everything, without even flinching. If you thought for like 1 second that it would put a smile on their face. Okay, and that's the world that we live in. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to know that there is so much evil. And that's, I can't fix it. Why can't I fix it? If we what I just said, everything that I just said was true. If we physically create and manifest our thoughts, if all we're doing is feeding ourselves positive things, where is this negative coming from? Why does it have so much control? Are we giving it control? Does that make us powerless? Does that make us weak? No. It makes us different, though. I'm not saying better, I'm just saying different. There are lots of types of people on this planet. Those who give and those who take are basically the two categories. And then sometimes there's Switzerland, the middle. They don't give, they don't take, they don't care. They just mind their own business and go on with their life. And everybody loves that guy or person or whatever. I think the war, the battle, is a good and evil battle. I think anybody fighting for either side, no matter what I say or how I say this, at the end of the day, this battle is still going to happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until the end of time. Or maybe, the rapture is going to happen tomorrow. Maybe an apocalypse is going to come and some savior is going to come down and just save us all and mend us. Because maybe it's just me, or maybe it's every empath. It doesn't matter. What matters is that no matter how much you hurt us, no matter how much you take advantage of us, we still keep doing it. Now, some might call that naive, right? Only a fool would do that, right? Shame on you, shame on me. Do it twice, you're a fool, whatever that silly little saying is. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, Like, basically, hurt me twice, shame on you. Whatever, who cares? This is not an equal balance. The scales are not equal. There is no way one can be halfway negative and halfway positive. There is not a possibility of that. Now, that is not to say, and please don't mistake what I'm saying, there are people who are bad who can do good things. There are good people who do bad things, but those are things. That's not what they are made of. That's not who they are at their core. At our very, very core, our soul, what makes us who we are is, are you good or are you bad? And that's it. It's really just that simple. And it kind of reminds me of something I saw. I read something one time, I don't know where, but I saw it and it's kind of always stuck with me. It said something to the effect of, everything I ever needed to know, or something to that effect, I learned in kindergarten. Everything I need to know, I learned it in kindergarten. What happens in kindergarten? We learn how to share. We learn how to take turns. We learn how to be friends. There's no judgment. It's all creativity. It's beautiful. It's just a happy place where, there is no right or wrong. Because they're teaching us, how to be right. So I guess suffice to say, those who are bad in this world, maybe they must have chosen that. Because how else do you explain why someone has to be good or why someone has to be bad, and why is there no in between? Or maybe this is the in between. This, our life right now. Just 1 second, guys, please. Give me just a second. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying really hard not to sniffle into the microphone. And, I guess I should have started this conversation out with a maybe possible trigger warning. So I'm sorry. I didn't. I forgot to mention that up front. Then again, I'm not sorry. I don't do regret. Look, I really don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. I'm really at a loss for words because pain is stronger than words. Hurt is stronger than the words that were said. See, feeling, emotions, nonverbal communication, actions. That's what's up. That's everything. But whoever said sticks and stones can't break your bones because words will never hurt me is full of it. So words hurt. Words can change a life. Words can destroy a life. Words can do anything they want to do. Maybe they're the middle ground. Maybe there is good, bad, and then words. Maybe words are the middle ground. Everything we do and don't say between being a negative person and a positive person and all that encompasses in between the two of them are just a series of words. Trying to constantly cancel each other out. But the struggle is real, guys. Why? What is the point? Why can't all the evil people just go away? I don't know. I don't get it either. Okay, why do children die? I don't know. Why do people get cancer? I don't know. I have my theories, but whatever. And why do bad people hurt good people? I wish I didn't know the answer to that, but I do. And so do each of you. And if you don't, think about it. Pray about it. And watch. For those of you that pray, I hope you pray for wisdom. Knowledge is power, but wisdom is everything. You have to be wise enough to know that knowledge is power. Therefore, wisdom is stronger than knowledge. And power really isn't anything except to the beholder. You know? I realize I haven't had a really serious talk with you guys in a long time. Probably 2 years at this point. Where I was completely raw, completely real, completely open, and completely transparent. And tonight, I'm sharing with you this side of me because I'm always coming off as, that was a bad choice of words. I'm always, trying to be a positive person. So therefore my messages must come across a certain way to remain positive, or else I'm just going to feed on negativity and people are going to feed off of my negativity, and there goes the domino effect of negativity from me just by being, just by using the word negative, basically, when that's not what I'm trying to do. But I don't know, guys. I'm sorry if I'm just going to sit here quietly for a minute because I'm trying to find the words because I want to help anybody that listens to this. Maybe I can't tell you why your child is getting bullied. Maybe I can't tell you why your loved one chose to end their life by the hand of suicide. Maybe I can't tell you why so-and-so has a drug problem. Maybe. Or maybe I can. But either way, that's your thing. All I can do is help you to, again, be the best possible version of yourself by setting an example. So I think that's kind of what I meant a second ago whenever I kind of fumbled on my words there a little bit. You have to set an example, just like the justice system has to send a signal out to the whole wide world that they're serious and they're gonna put your 12-year-old on trial and literally sentence them to death, which back in my day we didn't do that, but that's not today. Today we live in a world that does that. 12 years old, the youngest person in history to get executed right here in Texas, of course, naturally. I wish that we, you, me, your friends, my friends, everybody listening, we as a collective, can we all just come together and push that positivity that radiates from us all the time in the same direction? And yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm serious. And I promise you, we're going to get there one day. There's going to come a day. And this is not like a fear-based thing, or like good versus evil, or like God or the end of the world, or life versus death, or consequence. There's just, I believe and I feel that there's going to come a day where, you know, sort of like, what do they call that cartoon show? Like the Care Bears, ironically enough. Where you, Care Bears is a cartoon that, I don't know, maybe 80s or 90s. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. And I just watched like one episode of the Care Bears, and see what they do is each of them has a special kind of love. So maybe one is, you know, is just full of love, and maybe one is just full of hope, and maybe one has power to, I don't know, heal the unhealable. Whatever, they're the Care Bears, and so they line up, and they're like, I don't know the exact words, so don't quote me on this, but it's basically they just kind of line up and they're like, Care Bears, go, and then like out of their little tummies comes this literal rainbow of happiness in like every different color towards the same direction, and it fixes that person or that situation. So I live in a world where I want that, and I have that, but I don't know what to do with it when it constantly gets deceived, betrayed. I mean, what is the point? No? I don't know. But anyway, Care Bears rock. You guys should definitely look into that. Watch one episode where all their little bellies like spout out these little like little hearts, like floating hearts on Facebook or something, and this like stream, this rainbow comes from them, every color, and it's like rainbow shine bright, or whatever they say, Care Bear shine bright, and it's sort of like Lionheart, and I don't know, all these different Care Bears, but yeah, it's super easy to find. I'm sure if you just Googled it or got on YouTube, you could watch an episode of the Care Bears, and I think their word choice might actually even say Care Bears care, or Care Bears share, or whatever. But whatever they do it as a collective we. They are them, and then things are things, and people are people, and they always are there to help. Like they're basically drawn to it. Exactly like an empath is drawn to broken people. We think. Albert Einstein said, only those of us who are crazy enough to think that we can change the world will ever truly succeed. That's my point. I guess we're succeeding. I'm not sure. But I am crazy enough to believe that it is possible. And I guess maybe I'm challenging you to spend a day going out of your way to do nothing that you want to do and give yourself completely to someone else. No matter what it is, no matter how big, no matter how small. Just spend one day doing that. All day. You know, reaching out to a friend that looks like there might be a need, or maybe just touching base or checking in on somebody, or helping a lady, you know, to her car with her groceries. Just something, the smallest, kindest things. Okay, those little things, they are everything. That little thing, that here's a quarter, the let me help you across the street, the here, let me get that for you, or geez, even a smile. Like seriously, people, even a smile. Smile at people. Watch what happens. Watch their eyes light up. If you can help, help. I challenge you all to do that. Spend one full day from beginning to end doing nothing but serving others in any way possible. And the trick is, you have to leave them with a smile on their face. And you have to absorb that. And you don't get to tell anybody about it either. And then whether you go back to your same life the next day, or maybe it changes you, which is what I would hope it would do. First off, you need to be crazy enough to believe that this is true. So if you are, and if you're ready, then I challenge you to spend an entire day thinking of everything but yourself. Get out of the house, go to the grocery store and help somebody, even if you don't need to buy groceries. Just here's a few ideas. Go to the grocery store and just sit there waiting for like an elderly person and help them with their groceries to their car, point blank. Help somebody with something. Reach out to somebody. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't even know your friends as much as you think you do, and neither do I. We're the same. What we do know is that history repeats itself. And what else I can tell you is that if anybody does something 15 to 28 times, it becomes habit. That's the point. If I gave you 24 hours and you're not allowed to think of yourself ever at any point other than like basic human needs, like going to the bathroom or eating, outside of that. And you know what? I'd even go a step further. Even if you had food and you did or did not want it, give it away. Take it to the guy down the street, the homeless man. Do that. Go to the dollar store and buy like things, crackers, food, water, anything, and just give it away. Go through your closet. All those clothes that you have sitting there, give them away, but not to Goodwill. Okay, do not mistake what I'm saying here, because I don't want to see your things be given away in vain. I want you to give it to someone in need, not to a place that's going to sell it and make a profit off of it. So just being very clear on that one. All right, so as you continue through this 24-hour period of your life, you're going to start to learn some things, which I could tell you what they are, but I'm not going to, because I want you to feel it, and you need to put your whole entire mind, body, and soul, and then literally down to the core of the bottom of your heart, and approach this from the most humble angle. So it goes like this. You wake up. The very first thing you do is you drop to your knees and you pray. You pray to whoever you believe in. Give me people that I can help. Okay? Do that. Sit with that for a few minutes. Meditate. Do your thing. Whatever. Go outside. Leave the house. Go somewhere. Do 10 random acts of kindness. Whatever. Do what you can do with 24 hours, because I just told you that 15 to 28 times it becomes habit. So if you succeed in doing 15 to 28 positive things, we just made a collective decision to team up. And we, as a collective, we are in sync. And now we're on the same level. And now you know why we hurt so much for others, and how much those little things mean to people. That alone is the most precious gift on this planet. The little things that people take advantage of. The tiniest thing. Go outside and pick a flower and give it to a random person. Yeah, guys, you don't have to spend money on this. But I want you to do this. Do it for yourself. Call it self-help, self-care. I don't care what you call it. Just do it. It doesn't have to cost you anything. You don't really have to go too far. But, the idea is to be put in a situation where you are looking for someone to help. That's the challenge that I'm challenging you to. Go out of your way and look for people to help. Pray about it. Whatever you need to do to, innocently and purely for no other reason than maybe just because I challenged you. I don't care. If you want to prove me wrong, then I challenge you to prove me wrong. Because I promise you, at the end of that 24 hours, you're going to feel something you've never felt in your life before. And remember the rules. You're not allowed to tell anyone about it. Because why? Why would you want to? That's bragging. We don't brag. We're the hidden, the quiet ones. Okay? And there are so many people in this world right this second that would be so grateful for a sip of water, for a pair of pants, a granola bar, a haircut, a hand up, not a hand out. A hand up is very different from a hand out. A hand up is where you help somebody who is wanting to help themselves. A hand out is when you help somebody and they completely never fail to disappoint you every single time. They steal from you, they lie from you, whatever. The most important piece of this 24-hour challenge is that you're not allowed to judge. You are not allowed to say a word. You can't. Those are the rules. Don't think, just do. Keep doing what you do. And maybe in 24 hours from now, the world will actually become a better place because enough of you heard this show and spread the word. Or maybe it'll become a thing. I don't know. #Care Bears. I don't care how you go about it, but it's going to take us all working together to fix what's wrong in this world. Right? Honestly. You have to pick a side. Either you're good or you're bad. And if you're bad, that doesn't mean that you don't have good in you. And if you're good, of course you have bad in you. We all do stupid stuff. I mean, that's life. But, what I'm trying to say, guys, in summation of everything I've said so far, again, I'm just being completely transparent with you. I don't know how this is going to be received by you. And that's not my place to get to know that. And I don't want to know. Please. If it helped you, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Just keep doing it. Just do that. Just do it. It's good for your soul, man. Seriously good for your soul. It's good for others too, You might save someone's life. I pray you are fortunate enough to save someone's life. Literally save someone's life. Because what if they were just one thought away from ending their own and you stepped in and just randomly ask them if you could give them a hug or pray for them or help them in some way, just anything. You don't know what people are doing and you don't know what they're capable of until you put them to the test. And the test is you don't get to judge even the meanest, ugliest person you know. You help. Now what they do with that help defines what you can and cannot do with them in the future. If they take advantage of your help, don't ever help them again. That's it. Okay? If they do it twice, come on. It's going to lead to a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time. It's going to history will keep repeating itself. But if you're lucky, if you are very, very lucky, you will help people that need your help and are so sincerely grateful for something as small as a flower that you picked, a shell from the beach, a bottle of water, a sticker, a letter, or your words, or your lack of words. Empathize for one day, 24 hours. See what it feels like. And if after that 24 hours is up, you still want to be who you are and not want to be a better person, even though you already just became one, well, now you have to live with that. Because you just became a better person. And that's the point. That's all we can do right now, right this second. All we can do is keep doing what we do in hopes of becoming a better version, a stronger version of ourselves every single day, even if it means crying on the radio. And I don't care what people think. I really do not, I swear. And anyway, that's all I'm gonna say tonight. I'm kind of speechless right now because I feel that if enough of us could just be kind for a day and empathize for one day, one full day, that it will create a habit, and that is your new life. Why can't we all think like that? Those of you that do this challenge, all right, maybe I do want to know if you did it, and maybe we should come up with some clever hashtag, and I'm down with that. That's totally fine with me. I don't care, but it's not a bragging thing. It's just a hidden hero kind of thing. Like, you do good, and you don't get to tell anybody about it. And that's the hardest part, because you want to, naturally, as a human being, tell people what you did, but it sometimes is received like we're bragging, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. So that puts you right back at square one, where you have to be careful with your words, right? Just like I said in the beginning of the show. So it has now become a full circle from beginning to end of tonight's show. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for everything. I hope you all have the most fantastical week of your life. And I can't wait for, change. I can't wait. I can't encourage you enough. I'm putting you to a 24-hour challenge. Please take part. Do this. Do this one day. It's just one day. Okay? One day. Because one day, you might need something. Now, which world do you want to live in? The one where you sacrificed one day for somebody who will someday help you? Or the world where you just turned your head and walked away and did nothing? And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. I don't mean it in a harsh manner. I'm just obviously stating the obvious. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a good night. This is Tiffany H. Lewis. I'm out. Good night. Love y'all. Have fun. And I will talk to you again next week. Night, y'all.